Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays the Burglar. We have arrived here in Aldburg, the old capital of Rohan and the home of Eomer. What do you think, Horn? How do you feel about the way things are going over here?
We have arrived at Eomer's home of Aldburg. It looks, well,
I have never been to Aldburg before, but it does not appear as I have always pictured it. The walls are crumbling, and the buildings have fallen into disrepair. I do not think the town was in this state when Aomer left Dataras. Let us walk through the city and see if my first impression is mistaken. So you need to look at the buildings in the southwest, talk to Pada, and look at the buildings in the mead hall, and talk to Tierweld. Okay, so let us, and I guess we could also speak with Eothane, though I don't know how much I'm going to be doing with that part of the storyline. Let's get on. Oh, trees, trees! They're jumping in front of me! Alright. Here is Eothane.
We must turn to the offensive.
Eomer has been freed! He never should have been held captive in the first place, but I'll not speak ill of Theoden King. You say that you were attacked by orcs unknown upon your journey here. I was recently following a party of white-hand orcs, but you are certain that these were not them. My cousin Eomer and I have many encounters with Saruman's orcs, and I fear that they may attack us here in Aldburg. We will be watchful, but you should go speak with Archil. He is a stout warrior, but as a reeve, well, my cousin, he surely is not. Ooh. In other words, fine on the war side, not so fine on the administrative side. Yeah. Now, my question is, how have things gotten into this bad of a state so quickly? Because you'd figure that with Aylmer, I mean, how long has he been away? That things, it takes a while for things to get into such a state.
There is work to be done here.
Can you wield a mallet? Can you set timbers? For those are the abilities we need in Aldburg. Our buildings are falling apart around our ears, and none of the craftsmen will listen to Archil's words of admonishment. Yes, his father would knock him into line, but alas, our keen brute is now gone, and the strength of will does not seem to have passed from father to son. Elmer will set things to right, but he is busy with the troubles of the wider land, and none here fault him for that. He is to treasure the Eastfold, and we will not deprive the kingdom of our greatest son. And he's also now the heir to the throne, so there's a bit of a problem there for the future on that matter, at least for this area. I mean, Rohan may do fine by it, I suppose. Now let's go down into here. The building is in poor repair and seems to be falling down. I mean, really? I mean, that takes a summer to grow at least. Really?
Aldburg has seen better days, friend.
If Aylmer were here, he would do something about this, but he's away helping Theoden King with more serious problems. I cannot put the well-being of my home over that of the kingdom. It may seem more pressing to me, but I know what is really at stake. Still, I wish Archil would do something about these buildings. A stiff breeze might be enough to knock several of them down, and then where would we be? Putting up new buildings, maybe? don't know. Just a thought. Alright. Let's speak with Archil. And of course, Archil would be inside the mead hall. So let's speak with him. I'll presume that this is Aylmer's usual seat there. He doesn't get the dignity of being called Thane. Sometimes when we have our stewards and stuff like this, they say, okay, well, maybe they give a title or something like this. But Archil just gets Archil. We'll begin with word from Adoras.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
You say that Aylmer has been freed? This is surely wonderful news. However, while I am thankful to hear of this, we have pressing matters to attend to in Aldburg. These orc attacks should not be taken lightly, but with our depleted numbers, we must bolster our defenses. Alright? Whee!
There are so many things that need to be done.
While we decide a course of action in regards to the different orcs, might I recommend that you explore Aldburg. Despite the damage that has been done, it still is a very lovely place. While you're exploring, talk to some of the inhabitants and gain some knowledge about the history of our great home. As you might have noticed, we're very vulnerable here in Aldburg. Most of our men have gone west, for good reason. As you speak with the others, feel free to assist those that may need it. Right. And
Do you bring word from Edoras? Is Aylmer preparing to return?
well, right now he's preparing to head into battle to the west. Welcome to Aldburg, Petronella. Do you bring word from Adoras? Well, those are poor tidings. I have done my best to keep the city for him, but the people do not listen to my commands, as I fear that I have been a poor steward in his absence. Why, just today I sent a group of craftsmen to repair the outside walls, but they have not returned, and I have heard rumor they drink and feast instead of doing their work. If you can inspire them to work, feel free to make the attempt. You'll find them outside the walls, southeast of the town. Alright, I'll see if I could knock some sense into the workers. After all, if they're being paid to fix the walls, why aren't they doing it? Especially when you consider that those walls might be the only thing that could keep them from getting killed by an orc attack. They didn't think about that, did they? It appears that this is not a very good river to visit if you're a fish. If you survive the little drop there from the waterfall and you get all the way down here, you have this man here getting all ready to pick you off. Yeah. Be careful of him. Well, I suppose it could have been worse. He could have just have put nets up or something like that, but maybe he's just trying to get certain types of fish. Now, where are those crafters? I see what they mean about the crafters just parting around and all that stuff. I also notice that there's a boar there that... Oh, yes. Burglar. Not warden. Yeah. Hey! It also might impress them that says, yeah, this is what's going to happen to you if you don't get to work. Maybe they'll get that message. At the very least, we get pork chops, right? Now, you want to become pork chops, or are you going to get to work?
You think you can end my merriment?
Yes, there is cheer enough to go all around. The work can wait, but the beer will not last. You say Archil wants us to work? Pah! You think you can end my merriment? I will like you see you try. Maybe you really want to end up like that boar? Oh, you don't give me command, stranger. Alright, fine. You can can be like the boar then. I will let you surrender any time. Fine, fine! Have it your way! Wakey, wakey!
Look at this one, boys.
Yeah, grab a tankard and a crust friend. Give us a tale or three, and you'll raise a cup to be... if it be good. I see how it is. You're here to get us working? I say we make Archil do the labor, or maybe have you do it. We'll do it when we're good and ready. You have trouble hearing me, friend? Maybe you'll hear this. Fine. You are going to go against someone skilled in fighting. You probably are. Right, fine, fine, fine. I'll work. Good grief. You, I don't know why they bother sometimes. Well, I suppose I should check up on this history lesson here. Hello there.
Our success depends upon our strength.
It is hard to find. Hard to find good help these days. I hired a man to kill a boar for me, and I even provided him with a weapon to do so. So what did he do when he found the boar? He was frightened, dropped a sword, and ran away. Isn't a spear more useful against a boar than a sword? Anyway, I no longer care about the boar. Oh, because I just brought one with me. Oh well, I simply want my sword back. And it is an old family You gave an old family heirloom to someone when a spear could have probably been a more useful weapon. And they wonder why nothing gets done. I need somebody trustworthy and brave to retrieve it for me. Will you do this for me? Alright, fine. I'll look for your sword. Good grief. Hello there. I was asked to get a lesson in Aldburg History 101.
We must stand by while the minions of Orthunk spread their influence.
Thane Archil has yet to decide what to do about the orcs. That's not surprising. We'll decide on a course of action soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, I agree with him. You should acquaint yourself with Aldburg. On the surface, it may not look like the city of a king, but it is, in truth, a city rich with history. I recommend beginning on the eastern part of the city at the training hall. Alright, so explore the training hall. Haven't I been here before? But here's the training hall. And yeah, that guy just told us to find a sword, didn't he?
What brings you to these lands?
Yes, there is not much stored within the walls of the training hall these days. When our men went west, they took most of the arms with them. What remains inside, however, are weapons that span the history of the Rittermark. My sole purpose here is to ensure that our enemies do not gain access to what remains. Instead, I'll loan out the swords to other people and they'll lose them, right? Yes, thank you for speaking with me. I do not entertain many visitors these days. From here, you should see the stables located to the northwest. Right. And stables. This way. I think we're getting near them now. Explore the Aldburg stables. And we have a woman here tending to a horse. Not in the best shape, alright.
Our mission is dire.
This is the oldest stable in the area, and it is showing its wear. I have been trying to acquire assistance with repairs, but with everyone heading west, help has been hard to come by. Perhaps you could convince Archil that I need help in rebuilding the stable? This very stable has housed the steeds of some of Rohan's greatest warriors, Earl and Folka, among others. As you make your way around Aldburg, be sure to stop and speak with the quartermaster located in the western part of the city. Alright, so now let's go to the quartermaster's house. And of course, she wants help in the stable.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
And did you say that you found a caravan that was attacked by orcs recently? I would wager that is why my missing crate of supplies never arrived. It is important that those supplies be delivered. Will you retrieve them for me? I would be very grateful. A missing delivery, of course. And here we have the quartermaster's house. Hello there.
What brings you to these lands?
Do you hear that? No? Well, never you mind. You're here to find out more about the great city, are you not? I have been quartermaster of Aldburg for longer than my memory goes back, and I have seen quite a bit of my day, and I have heard it again. You didn't? Oh well, sorry. There is not much for me to do these days, but talk with my new friend. Now, there is much to do and not enough hands to do it. If you speak with Archil, let him know of my needs. Alright, fine. I will speak to Archil on the matter. I got them back to work.
You succeeded. I'm surprised and impressed.
Wow, you managed to get the Krasen back to work? Perhaps there's hope yet for the restoration of Aldburg. I'm beginning to wonder, those people, I suppose they are being paid by the hour instead of by the result or something? Because, yeah. Now, oh my goodness gracious! This is a jump in ability, for sure. I think I will take that.
Go out into the Everholt and look for this missing wagon.
You have proven yourself as an able motivator, Petronella, and I wish to make use of that skill once again. A number of workers took a horse and wagon into the Everholt and have yet to return. They plan to retrieve timber from the woods with which to reinforce some of the buildings of Aldburg. But now, I'm not certain. You may be able to follow the sound of feasting and the singing of songs, yes. And go to the Everholt, if you will, and look for the workers and their wagons. Convince them to do the work they agreed to do, and as you did with the workers outside the walls. With good fortune, we may restore Aldburg before Aylmer returns from his war. Alright, well then, I will look for that wagon. And I also finished the history lesson.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
I had not realized that there was so much that needed to be done around Aldburg. I was too focused on other affairs. I still have yet to decide what to do about the orcs. Allow me to consider this problem further. Since so much in Aldburg requires another set of hands, I'm certain you can find work to occupy yourself with. Alright, I will think of something. Well, this one is... well, I'll think on it.
There are so many things that need to be done.
The city has been neglected for too long. Even with most of our men to the west, I believe some good can be done. While I continue to consider the course of action we should take, you should see what aid you could do to trying to bring glory back to Aldburg. You should speak with first to Teothic at the armory. Right. Maybe he'll ask me to retrieve a lost sword or something. I don't know. Hello there. Need help with anything else? Other than that sword I'm going to bring back to you in a while.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Thane Archil sent you to assist me? I did not think of him concerned with Aldburg. Lately, his attention seems to have been elsewhere, but it is reassuring to know that I may have been mistaken. Well, his attention has been with the orcs he's afraid are going to attack Aldburg, so he's still thinking of Aldburg there. Yes, we won't be able to offer much resistance if the trading hall were to be attacked. If you could build a barricade, I'll be proved most invaluable. Right. A barricade. Very well. One barricade. There you go. One barricade.
Our mission is dire.
I hope that barricade is not needed, but if it is, we will have to thank you for it. I will make certain that the Thane Archill hears that you have done for me. You should go to the stable. I believe I've heard that we flood mourning over the needing some extra hands. I knew I'd wind up being the one to ask to be fixed it. Maybe I better go and see about that sword first. And maybe that crate of supplies. Then I can think about doing a little extra building when we return for the next episode of Piney Plays The Burglar.